It just happened to be the exact same time that I was going through something really hard, and then find out that the same week Monica was. It was weird.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at unfortunate facts that fans may be interested in but not want to think about surrounding the classic feel-good sitcom Friends.
And now it seems impossible that all those years ago when we were laughing, we never knew that the young star was fighting for his life.
Number 20. Jennifer Aniston hated the Rachel haircut. If you were a woman in the mid-90s, there's a good chance that at some point you went into your local hair salon and asked for the Rachel haircut. And don't worry, you weren't alone. Women everywhere were doing it.
You got plugs.
Oh, careful, they haven't quite taken yet.
And you got lenses. But you hate sticking your finger in your eye.
11 million in Britain alone admitted to giving the do a try. But how did the woman who started it all feel about the look? Well, when Aniston first got the cut, she loved it.
God, isn't this exciting? I earned this. I wiped tables for it. I steamed milk for it, and it was totally not worth it.
But those feelings changed pretty quickly when, quote, I was totally left with this frizzy mop on my head because I had no idea how to do what my stylist did. As she described it, maintaining the look was a high-maintenance escapade involving a blow dryer and multiple brushes. Number 19. Marcel the Menace. A particularly polarizing element in season 1 of Friends was Ross's pet capuchin Marcel. Whether you found his hijinks cute or cloying, there weren't many laughs on the set. Marcel's actress Katie was a terror, whose disobedience and aggression often delayed shooting. Ironically, her relationship with David Schwimmer was especially contentious. In a 1995 interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said that he wished the monkey were dead. He must be a great actor to have sold Ross's heartbreak when Marcel is sent to a zoo.
I'm really gonna miss you. And I'm never gonna forget about you. You've been more than just a pet to me.
That this wasn't just a response to audience backlash may spoil the nostalgia of Marcel defenders. But after Katie passed away in 2020, her trainer condemned Schwimmer for his additional snide remarks during the HBO Max reunion special.
So I'd have monkey grubby hands all over, and it just wasn't, it was time for Marcel too.
Number 18. Typecasting. While some of the extremely talented lead actors on Friends would be personally overwhelmed by superstardom, they all opened up about typecasting. Courteney Cox and Matthew Perry were clearly stagnated by roles that tried to replicate Monica and Chandler's personalities. David Schwimmer, with his focus on being a serious artist, turned down many promising side projects because the characters were too much like Ross. And then there's Jennifer Aniston, who has worked hard to shake her status as a rom-com darling.
Good. You're not dead. I don't have to break in, call the police. Whew. That's a relief.
While typecasting is a common side effect of success in action, it seemed particularly hard on the Friends cast. Lisa Kudrow and Matt LeBlanc's meta-resurgences with the comeback and episodes further imply the consequences of artists' reluctance to bend to brands. Number 17. Compromised representation. Friends was remarkably tasteful in its characterization of Ross's ex-wife Carol and her wife Susan. But the loving couple was often the butt of jokes that reduced them to their sexuality.
We're getting married.
As in, I now pronounce you wife and wife married?
This was a common tactic to make LGBTQIA+ representation less confrontational in 90s TV. But in 2025, actress Jane Sibbett told People magazine that she was barely allowed to touch Jessica Hecht. The producers also shot down her suggestion that Carol and Susan kiss to seal their wedding.
You know, nothing makes God happier than when two people, any two people, come together in love. Friends, family, we're gathered here today to join Carol and Susan in holy matrimony.
Furthermore, co-creator Marta Kaufman had earlier expressed regret for mocking and misgendering Chandler's trans woman father played by Kathleen Turner. While you always have to take the good with the bad when pushing boundaries, it turns out the show's own crew could have pushed further.
We'd really love it if you could be there. Really? I know it would make me happy. Ma'am.
Number 16. The writers. It's no secret that a hit show's writing staff often works overwhelming hours with unfair pay. In her 2023 memoir, End Credits, Patty Lynn revealed just how intense the process was with Friends. She admitted to concerns that she was hired in 2000 largely in accordance with NBC's new diversity program. Then came the 12-hour shifts and conflicts with the cast.
If I was ever going to have a chance of sort of reconnecting with my passion for writing, because working in the business had really sort of stomped out that passion.
While it's natural for actors to become protective of long-term roles, our beloved stars had grown cynical and reluctant to praise the writers' efforts. It was even suggested that they would deliberately bomb at table reads if they wanted better material. The pressures from this and other jobs ultimately prompted Lynn to retire from TV writing at age 38. Friends was just especially high pressure.
From the outside, it does look cool and glamorous. But I wanted to pull back the curtain and show an honest and full picture of what it was like to do that job.
Number 15, the Friends case. The writing staff was altogether a leading source of tension in the usually tight-knit culture of Friends. History has largely forgotten the 2002 legal allegations of discrimination and harassment against Bright Kaufman Crane Productions. The most compelling case came from Amani Lyle, a writing assistant who claimed that her bosses frequently engaged in lewd banter and illustrations during meetings. There was supposedly even disturbing talk of the lead actresses and a storyline about Joey committing sexual assault.
Joey has got a secret peephole.
Oh, no, no, no!
Yes, he has a naked picture of Monica. He takes naked pictures of us, then he eats chicken, and then he looks at them.
Lyle's lawsuit moved forward just before the series finale in 2004, only to be dismissed 2 years later on the grounds that indirect and infrequent offensive comments did not constitute harassment. The so-called Friends case did not dispute that this crass work environment existed.
Should be out of court by 6. They keep throwing these sexual harassment cases at me, and I keep knocking them out of the park.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Number 14, a reshot storyline. The season 8 premiere ends with a text tribute to the people of New York City. This acknowledged the 9/11 terrorist attacks that occurred just 2 weeks earlier. Viewers were split over the lack of subsequent acknowledgement on a show known for both its New York identity and escapism. But a deleted scene from a UK edition DVD revealed that the one where Rachel tells did respond.
I'm sorry, you had some questions for me?
Miss, what is your association with this man?
He's my husband.
I see.
Oh, but only for a few days. I mean, I don't know what he does when he's outside the house.
The original Chandler and Monica subplot revolved around them being detained at the airport because Chandler jokes about a bomb. The episode was quickly reshot with an alternate storyline about Monica's jealousy of another couple on their honeymoon. As hilarious as the final product is, it's chilling to think that it was necessitated by a national tragedy.
Yeah, no, but you don't understand. See, everything is packed perfectly. It took me forever to do this. Okay, there's like over 50 folded pieces. You're mean.
Number 13, the Joey-Rachel affair.
Oh, seriously, how can you watch this? Aren't you scared?
Terrified.
Arguably the most controversial development on Friends was Joey's feelings for Rachel while she was pregnant with Ross's child. Their romantic arc ultimately runs for 3 seasons. It was embraced for its nuance by some and hated by others, including the cast. In a 2012 retrospective for Vanity Fair, Matt LeBlanc revealed that he immediately dismissed the storyline as a violation of Joey's characterization and the Ross-Rachel arc. His also disgruntled castmates formed a united front to talk showrunner David Crane out of this idea. Still, he proceeded in the interest of complicating the characters in contrast with Chandler and Monica's successful relationship growth.
I think I'm falling in love with you.
What?
I'm falling in love with you.
Whether the drama itself was successful for certain viewers, even the actors felt that Kaufman's executive decision didn't work. Number 12. Guest stars did not feel like guests. It's not even very comforting to know that the lead actors on Friends really were friends. In fact, they were so close that some supporting actors later admitted to feeling isolated. Never mind the guest stars.
These are for you. Welcome to our country.
Thank you. I'm from New York.
Lauren Tom and Kathleen Turner are among those who complained about difficulties in playing off of their castmates due to behind-the-scenes snubbing. Even Tom Selleck, one of Monica's key love interests, thought that the leads were too excessively cliquey.
I feel like I'm about 100. I thought I was just one of the guys.
Kristen Davis and others found this pressure compounded by a rowdy live studio audience. Their hype had to have been supported by the palpable chemistry of the core cast. but it's hard for even the biggest stars to stay professional in that kind of environment. Number 11, Stephen Park. Friends has long faced controversy for its depiction of a Manhattan precariously lacking in racial and cultural diversity. Stephen Park says this was felt behind the scenes. One of his 2 episodes also featured legendary character actor James Hong, whom a crew member only referred to by an insensitive term for Asian people.
How come when I call your computer support line, I have to wait an hour and a half?
I told you, we're adding new operators all the time. Can we concentrate on my training?
It's just hard when I know I have email I can't get.
Park was so outraged that in 1997, he wrote an open letter criticizing Hollywood's disregard for Asian actors and culture. It was credited with having an impact, but was quickly forgotten. That is, until Park affirmed in a 2025 Pod Meets World interview that the Friends set didn't feel particularly welcoming. This, in turn, affirms skepticism that the sitcom really is for everyone.
At the time, for me, I felt it was kind of a toxic environment.
Yep.
And this racist, the AD calling James Hong was the actor who was also on the episode with me, and he was calling him.
Number 10, Jennifer Aniston almost quit before the final season. The question of when to end a television show isn't always an easy one.
You know what? I have some goodbye stuff that I wanted to say to each of you, and I was going to save it until the end of the night, but come here.
Sure, sometimes the network makes the decision for you, but when the show is a hit, deciding when to call it quits can often come down to the actors themselves. With Friends, that decision was reportedly almost made by Jennifer Aniston after season 9.
So I don't think I should do it anymore. I'm gonna give you my week's notice.
What?
Gunther, I quit.
Aniston didn't know if there were any more stories worth telling, and as she admitted to Matt Lauer in 2004, quote, "I wanted it to end when people still loved us and we were on a high. Who knows if they would have done a 10th season without Rachel, but we're glad we never had to find out."
No! Oh my God, did she get off the plane? Did she get off the plane?
I got off the plane.
Number 9. Andre Agassi was extremely jealous when Brooke Shields guest starred. In January of 1996, tennis player Andre Agassi smashed all of his trophies and ripped up the walls in the room where he kept them in his house. Why did he do that?
No. You don't have to tell me anything. You don't have to explain yourself to me. Oh, who am I to question the great Dr. Drake Ramore?
Was it because of a bad call on the court? Nope. It was because Brooke Shields licked Matt LeBlanc's finger.
No, seriously. These hands, these miracle, magical, life-giving hands. Oh, just to be near them, touch them, maybe even lick one.
Shields had scored a guest role on the season 2, the one after the Super Bowl episode of Friends. In said episode, she goes on a date with Joey and licks his hand. Agassi and Shields were dating at the time, and according to Agassi, hand-licking, even scripted hand-licking, was, quote, over the line.
I know about you two. I saw you today kissing in the doctor's lounge.
That's not what you think. That was...
You told me I was the only one!
Seeing it sent him into a rage, and he took that anger out on his tennis trophies. Number 8. Matt LeBlanc's on-set injury. Remember the episode where Joey injures his arm falling off his bed?
See, Joe, that's why your parents told you not to jump on the bed.
No, that wasn't how Matt LeBlanc hurt himself. However, it was how the writers incorporated his injury into the show.
Had a whole story worked out, but then Chandler sold me out.
Well, I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't think the doctor was going to buy that it just fell out of the socket.
The actual injury took place during the filming of the previous episode, the one where no one's ready.
And I went just to jump over the coffee table and somehow tripped, and my legs went up in the air, and my shoulder came out of the socket.
In that episode, Joey and Chandler are fighting over who gets to sit in the comfy chair, and at one point, they both go for the seat at the same time. In one take, LeBlanc's dive didn't go as planned, and he ended up dislocating his shoulder, leading to the sling Joey is wearing in the next episode.
So we had to put that into the show, but we waited until he was okay again to film the ending of the one where no one was ready.
Number 7. Lisa Kudrow was sued by her ex-manager. In 2007, 3 years after Friends ended its run on NBC, Lisa Kudrow fired her manager, Scott Howard.
I am furious with him.
Wow, calm down.
trying, but man, that guy can push my buttons.
In 2008, Howard sued Kudrow, claiming that he was owed a 5% commission of her residuals from Friends and all other work he negotiated for her prior to his termination. One thing that made this all more difficult to determine was the fact that Kudrow and Howard had an oral rather than written agreement about it.
We provided a service, and we deserve to be paid because you ate that service. And we are not leaving here until we are paid every penny. Because you know what, lady? We're part-time caterers, and we have no place else to go.
However, while Kudrow won the initial summary judgment, a California appeals court reversed the ruling in 2014 and ordered Kudrow to pay Howard $1.6 million and a football phone. Okay, they didn't say anything about a football phone, but the money part is accurate.
Football phone? As our free gift. Do you believe this? Now I have $1,000 and a football phone.
Number 6. The network didn't love the cast's negotiation tactics. Each of the 6 main cast members were paid $22,500 per episode in the first season. However, come the second season, each of the friends was paid a different amount ranging from $20,000 to $40,000 per episode.
We don't have as much money as you.
Okay.
I hear you. We can talk about that.
Well, that wasn't going to work going forward. The group saw themselves as a true ensemble cast, with no one more important than the others. And beginning with season 3, they decided to negotiate their salary as a group.
What's more important, your friends or money?
Friends?
Friends.
The network preferred to do it separately, but the gang held their ground. From that moment forward, they were all paid the same, which in seasons 9 and 10 was $1 million per episode.
I just want to be married again.
And I just want $1 million.
Series co-creator Marta Kaufman called that number, quote, kinda ridiculous. Number 5. Fame wasn't what David Schwimmer expected. Friends was such a huge hit from the moment it premiered that it didn't just bring fame to its stars. It brought a mega level of fame that is hard to understand.
I'm not playing tonight. Why not? I can't follow Ross. I mean, that would be like those poor bicycle-riding chimps who had to follow the Beatles. No.
For David Schwimmer, it was just hard to deal with. So much so that it didn't just affect him, but his relationships with other people as well.
Ross Geller?
Ross Geller? Why do I know that name? It's a... Wait. Did you write this?
As he told the Hollywood Reporter's podcast Awards Chatter back in 2016, quote, "It was pretty jarring and it took years, I think, for me to adjust to it and become comfortable."
I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine. I'm not saying I wasn't a little surprised.
He was also an actor who, as part of his craft, liked to be anonymous and observe people out in the world. Well, he sure couldn't do that anymore either. Number 4. Lisa Kudrow's mental health. To fans, she was the beautiful, funny, smarter-than-you-think Phoebe.
I may play the fool at times, but I'm a little more than just a pretty blonde girl with an ass that won't quit.
But when Lisa Kudrow would see herself on television, all she saw was a, quote, mountain of a girl. Kudrow discussed her body issues on Marc Maron's WTF podcast and revealed that trying to stay skinny took a physical toll on her body, telling Maron, quote, "When I was too thin, I was sick all the time."
So what is it? Am I hideously unattractive?
No, you are not. You are very attractive. You know what? I go through the exact same thing. Every time I put on a little weight, I start questioning everything.
Unfortunately, this societal pressure to be of a certain body type many people deal with. And being rich and famous obviously doesn't make it any easier.
Hello.
Hey. Whoa. Wow, hello. You look great.
Thank you. I know, though.
Number 3. Matt LeBlanc retreated from the fame. David Schwimmer wasn't the only one who found it hard to deal with the fame.
I can't believe you're nominated for an Emmy.
No.
Oh, Soap Opera Digest Award.
Nope. I'm up for a Soapy.
Honey, is that something you're making up?
Matt LeBlanc also struggled with it all, and eventually, on the verge of a nervous breakdown, needed to walk away for a while. After Friends ended and after Joey was canceled, LeBlanc barely left his house and basically told his agent to, quote, "please lose my number for a few years."
Come on, Joey. Open up. We want to talk to you.
I don't feel like talking.
Oh, come on, Joey. We care about you.
you.
We're worried about you.
And some of us really have to pee.
There's a pretty amazing silver lining in this dark cloud, though, as LeBlanc used that time away to focus his attention on his new daughter Marina, who had been diagnosed with cortical dysplasia.
Hey, hi. How are ya? How are ya? Where are your babysitters, huh?
She has since outgrown the condition, and LeBlanc has called that time they spent together, quote, the best thing I've ever done. Number 2, Monica's fertility issues. In 2003, Courteney Cox and then-husband David Arquette announced that they had been trying to have a baby.
The two of you have been trying to have a baby. You've been honest and open, and you talked to Barbara about it. That must be kind of difficult to be doing this role at the same time while having to face some of those issues surrounding it.
The expectation was that Monica and Chandler would simultaneously get pregnant to resolve their love story in the last season of Friends. Instead, Cox was diagnosed with antibodies that attack fetuses and suffered 7 miscarriages. The show then dealt with the on-screen couple adopting twins after learning that they cannot conceive. Audiences found this storyline rushed, but topically valuable. While it's never been confirmed that this was a response to Cox's struggles, it was certainly an emotional challenge for the actress. She finally gave birth to Coco Arquette in 2004.
She's taught me patience. One of the biggest things she's taught me is to not take things personally, because really it's not about us.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Matthew Perry.
6,000 AA meetings, therapy 30 years, 15 rehabs, maybe at least. Half of your life in treatment?
Chandler Bing's actor first announced his substance use disorder in 2000. Matthew Perry had been misusing alcohol since his teens and later developed unhealthy fixations on pharmaceuticals and narcotics. He first achieved drug-free status a year after revealing his condition, which grew worse with each recurrence of substance use. He eventually started showing up to the Friends set intoxicated and experiencing visible weight fluctuations. After the show, his career was devastated by medical issues and treatments that cost him millions.
They ran me into the emergency trauma room, and it was in there that my colon exploded.
Finally, in 2023, Perry drowned while misusing illegally overprescribed ketamine. The loss of an artist who brought so much joy is considered one of the great tragedies of the industry. Of course, the precursor was always a harsh reality of one of TV's most beloved sitcoms.
How do you hope everyone continues to celebrate Matthew's legacy?
Celebrate him.
What are some other Friends facts that may be hard for fans to accept? Hang out in the comments.
And I thought to myself, this must be the way that normal people feel all the time.